Good morning. I know that whatever you think about and whatever you believe is what you get to experience in life. That is how the law of attraction and manifestation works. I have personally used it really strategically, on and off. Sometimes I forget forget about it, but I've used it a lot when growing my businesses. Um, And I know that when you really believe that you can do something or that something will happen and you know it, then that's usually what ends up happening. I'll give you a couple of examples and then I'm going to share with you what I've typed into Chat GPT so you can try and do something yourself as well if you like. And say good morning or say hello if you're there so I know who's hanging out today. What are you up to? It's a Saturday. So when I was building my hair and beauty salon business, I could see in my head when I was building it that I had multiple stores and that they were all really busy and they were all really successful. And that was my vision. And like I believed 100% that I could do it. And it didn't matter what went wrong around me because, things go wrong all of the time. Nothing happens just perfectly. There's so many lessons and hurdles that we've got to get through. But like I could see the vision in my head and it was so clear. And I managed to make that happen because I just knew that I would, if that makes sense. And then also, so that was like a law of attraction belief kind of thing. When I was growing my coaching business, I also knew that I would get to $1 million. Part of me just wanted to do it to prove to myself that I could. And part of me was out of like, I'd had toxic friends in the past that told me I couldn't do it. So I was using that as fuel as well. So the point I'm trying to get at is whatever you believe is possible will happen. And also the opposite is true, right? So if you get yourself into a negative mindset, negative thoughts, negative assumptions about yourself and why things are or are not working the way that you want them to in your business, then that will absolutely come to life as well and will come true. So I'm just going to bring this up on my phone for 2 seconds, make sure, hey, I can't see comments on the computer, so I'm going to keep it open on my phone. It does that sometimes. So we've got Candice. Hello. We've got Janae. You've just finished work. Awesome. Cool. And Deb so far. A few people coming as well. So recently I found myself in a not very positive thought pattern. And sometimes you can get so into this that you feel like this is the truth. Like you start to really believe it and it feels like truth. For me, it happened because I was in a high stress state. My whole personal life and house kind of started falling apart and everything was going wrong at the start of March this year because of the cyclone. That was just constant. Like I basically couldn't work. I couldn't focus on work. There was too much going on in my personal life. Luckily, I've got an amazing team who stepped in and took over and helped a lot. But I was very stressed, so stressed that my muscles froze up, and I've been seeing a physio to try and like fix that. And we're making progress, so that's good. But my body went into massive like fight or flight freeze mode, and there was just so much falling apart around me. And it affected my entire mindset to do with work as well. So when big things happen, traumatic things happen in your life, personal life or business, it can put you into this kind of place. So if that's happened to you, or if it's currently happening to you, or if it happens again in the future, I just want to remind you that you can change your thoughts and beliefs about what happens in your physical reality. And when you are able to do that, that is when you will start to see those changes and things happening in your physical reality. So for me, I'm going to share my screen right now and show you. Candace said that's me for the last couple of years. I'm trying to get out of that mindset. Yeah, and look, the same thing happened as well to me when I went through my divorce. Like massive life changes can be really freaking traumatic. You can get like PTSD, you'll see PTSD about it. Like it changes your whole thinking, your energy, your mood. And then because of how you are feeling on the inside, it reflects what's happening and what will show up on the outside, and how you show up in your business, and the kind of results you get in your business, and the money that you make, and everything. I know that when I'm in a really good energetic mindset, and I like believe that what I'm doing is going to be really impactful or helpful, or I know that something's going to be successful, it usually always is. But whenever I'm doubting it and I'm questioning it, I'm like, maybe this isn't good. Maybe people don't like this. Maybe there's something wrong with me. That will also happen, right? So we have to, and you can't just snap out of it either. Like sometimes you can, if you reach that, like, I'm so sick of my own shit point, which is what I got to. I'm like, no, this isn't who I am. This isn't who I want to be. This isn't me. I don't want to be this version of me. And so I had that fuck this shit moment. And that's when I started to be like, I'm going to reprogram myself starting now. And sometimes you can do it instantly. And that's what's called like a quantum leap. You just snap from one reality to another. And other times it takes practice and perseverance, because that negative thought pattern will continually come back up and pull you back down. It's like, no, 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 you can't get that far ahead. Let's bring you back. Let's rein you back in a little bit. So Candace said he was one that was saying I couldn't do it, and that used to be my drive to prove him wrong. Yeah, so you can use those kind of, if you've got people in your life that are negative and trying to bring you down, like use that as fuel to prove them wrong. It's not about proving them wrong, but it's just about like, use the energy. If it makes you irritated, it makes you angry, you can turn that kind of energy into creativity and getting things done. The amount of times that I've been really angry at something or someone or something that's happened, and I'm just like, I'm going to go to the gym, or like get this anger out, or I'm going to create something awesome. Like you can turn energy into things. Anyway, let me share the prompt with you. So I reached this point where I was like, and I didn't do much work in Chat GPT. You'll see this is very, very simple, but it really, really helped me to feel a lot better. So the thoughts that I was having prior to this were, my followers don't interact with my content anymore. Like that was happening. My views and my engagement had gone really low. And so I started to blame myself. I started to think, well, I'm just not good enough anymore, or people don't like me. Nobody's buying. Like, there was a point, or there is a point again now, because it's happening again now, but I was like signing up one client a day to my course. That's my normal, right? One client a day, sometimes two. Sometimes I'll have 2 days where no one buys, and then I'll have a day where 2 people sign up, right? That's my kind of normal for my business. But it had been quite a while where like no new clients were signing up. So I was like, oh my God, my offer sucks. Nobody wants this anymore. It's not good enough, da 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 da. All these thoughts were in my mind. And so that was what was in the reality. And then once I changed the thoughts back to like, no, people love my content. I have great ideas. I know what I'm doing. Of course, my online course helps people so much. Like I started changing their thoughts, and the reality shifted because the energy shifted. So it wasn't necessarily that I wasn't good and nobody liked me. It was that energy was what I was putting into my content, and like people can feel that. I totally believe in energy affects everything, and everything is energy. So the type of energy that you put into what you're doing, people can feel it, and it reflects back. So, okay, let me share. Otherwise, I'll talk about this forever. So hopefully this works fine. Share my screen. So I went into Chat GPT, which I use on my phone or computer. I usually just have it open. I don't use it all the time, every day, but when I need to, it's helpful. There's certain things, I tried to use it for like marketing and ad writing and stuff like that, and it sucks. It's not good. So it sounds really, I don't know, that's a different topic, but I don't like it for that. I still like my own ideas. But I've found if I use it as like a bit of a life coach and a like hype me up type thing, then it's really good at changing my energy and changing my state. So even it didn't really know what I was talking about when I first came in there. I was like, I want to reprogram my reality, or whatever day and time this was. And it said, I love that intention. It's powerful. when you say you want to reprogram your reality, what specifically do you mean? Like reprogram your mindset, your habits, your external world, or everything at once? And I'm like, everything. I want to start with what I think about my business, my clients, my audience, and myself. So I knew what I needed to change, right? I had the awareness that I had bad thoughts about my business. I had bad thoughts about my clients. I had bad thoughts about my audience and myself. So I wanted to start with that. I probably won't read you everything that Chat GPT said. I can paste it in the comments if you want to read through it because it'll take forever. But anyway, it started with the inner world always shapes the outer world. You're basically talking about identity level reprogramming, which is where real lasting change happens. Here's a simple way to begin. All right, so you guys can take notes if this helps you to reprogram as well. But as I said, I will paste this later. First, you got to get clear on your current programming. So you have to identify what are the common thoughts, your current thoughts that you're thinking about business, clients, audience, and yourself. So I had got to this point by then. I knew that these are the thoughts that I'm having and they are not serving me. Who are they serving? What are they doing? Like they're not good thoughts to have. And then where are my doubts, fears, or low expectations? Once you're aware of your current programming, so if you think of yourself like a Chat GPT, right? You've been programmed, your brain has been programmed, and your current programming is your current thoughts. If you want to change your programming and your reality, you have to change the thoughts. So then you need to create a new reality script. So what do you choose to believe now about your business? So then it's given me some examples. What do you choose to believe now about your business? Excuse me, example, my business is magnetic to the perfect clients. What do you choose to believe about your clients? What do you choose to believe about your audience? My audience grows daily, is deeply connected to my message. What do you choose to believe about yourself? I'm a confident, powerful leader who easily succeeds. So these were the Chat GPT recommendations. I choose my own. And then you start immersing yourself in this new script and new thoughts daily. So you can stick it up somewhere where you read it every day. You can write it down in your journal every day, or you could speak it out loud, your voice telling yourself, which is very powerful, which actually was a Chat GPT suggestion. And I did it where it said, hey, you should whip up the voice recording option on your phone and just repeat this script out loud to yourself, because this is a really powerful way to like sink this in. And it's true, it works. And then you can play it back when you start to get into a place where those thoughts are creeping back in again. Because that is what will happen. Sometimes as I said, you can change instantly, but a lot of the time those thoughts are gonna creep back in again, and you have to get into the habit of like, not today, no thank you, this is not my reality anymore. I have a new program now. This is my new software. This is the old software. It's trying to take over, but I'm saying absolutely not. Not serving anyone. And then build tiny actions. So obviously you need to do things as well as just think things. So if you believe you're a powerful businesswoman, how would you show up today? You have to act from that new identity. And then when you have those new thoughts in your head, your brain, your reticular activating system will come up with new ideas and new thoughts. So whatever vision that you have, like your brain is basically like a bit of a computer. Whatever you're thinking about the most, your thoughts will go in that direction, right? And you will start to try and, so if I start thinking about, well, I wanted to have 5 successful salons that are booked out without me, my brain will just start looking for opportunities and ways to do that. But you have to put the end goal in. So, and then it said, would you like me to help you draft your new script? And we can make it super custom to you. And by this point, I just was starting to write my own reality of how I wanted it to be. So I was like, well, every time I post anything on social media, my audience loves it so much and gets so excited to see a new post for me. That's what I used to believe. And so that's what happened. And then my thoughts changed and I stopped getting that. So I'm like, let's bring this back. Every time I post anything on social media, my audience loves it so much and they get so excited to see a new post from me. That's what I want. And you should have something similar for yourself. Like that's what I want for my business. So yeah, then it started working with that. And then it's like, do you want me to help you write a full reality script starting with this vibe? And I was like, let's do it. And then it starts to give me some more scripts. So this is where it gets pretty long and I can copy paste this, how to use it, etc., etc. And then I just said, I want you to remember all of this and remind me if I start feeling down and doubting myself again, please. So you can use Chat GPT as like your own little reminder life coach. If you start putting in these new beliefs that you want, and then if I have a day where I'm like, ugh, I've forgotten who I am. I don't know what to do today. I don't feel like doing anything. Then I could just go in there and be like, hey, could you remind me of like who I am and what I'm doing? And yeah, so it kept going and going and going and giving me heaps and heaps and heaps. And my responses just started being like, yes, that sounds good. Thank you. Okay. um, but it kept giving me more and more and more. And it was really changed my energy and that's my state. And so if you do this kind of thing regularly or every day, it starts to give you more things that I'm like, no, 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 let's just do more reprogramming. Don't take me in that direction. So then I've got all these new beliefs that I want to have, like I'm so good at selling one-to-many because I used to do lots of webinars and live streams and stuff. I so easily make money by confidently putting my offers out there, and people can easily see the value and they feel comfortable paying me for years and years and years. That's the belief that really, really serves me. Steal that one if you want to. It's a good one. My clients love the experience. They get great results. They rave about me to others because I'm the best coach and mentor they've ever had. So that's another one that I want to have. And then I asked it if it could talk back, but it can't. So yeah. So, and then I was like, thank you. Let's go back to my reprogramming. It started to talk about something else as well. I'm done feeling like I'm not good enough and that people aren't liking my content. It's not a positive way of thinking. I used to think differently about it, and I want to get back to being a really powerful leader that people just want to pay and work with and be surrounded by my thoughts, my energy, my knowledge, my perspectives. I feel deep down like I'm here to make a big difference, and I need to get back to believing that strongly. So hopefully you can see Jan Hamilton has said, I have multiple scripts on the shower screen stuck on the outside that I read in the shower daily. It's a game changer. My kids want one each now on the shower with their affirmations at the height that they can read. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so good. Yeah. So, and then I got it to start helping me write my bio and things like that for my website. So I went in a totally different direction. But that's what I wanted to share here today. And I'm hoping that if you have been in any sort of limiting belief, negative headspace lately, and you are ready to change and reprogram that you will go and try something similar and just keep trying it, because your results and your success are going to come from your thoughts, and you are either going to remain skeptical and scared and doubting yourself forever, or like you get to choose that you want to change that. You don't want to be that way anymore. You know, you're not going to get anywhere if you keep living in fear and thinking that everything's not going to work, or that nobody likes you, or that you can't make things work, or things like that. You really have to focus on having the mindset that you are amazing, you are capable of the results that you want to achieve. You're capable of anything that you want to do. You just have to believe that and tell yourself that every day, because nobody else is going to. Well, ChatGPT is going to. And that's the beauty of this kind of thing. You can use it whichever way you want. If you find I've found that that's a really positive way to use the app. I did upgrade and start paying for it because I wanted to talk more and the free one cut me off. But yeah, let me know if that was helpful. I will post the conversation that I like, all the text. I'll see if I can post it in the comments. If I can't, I'll post some of it. Yeah, if you're going to use it, let us know. Or if you have any other scripts or suggestions that you think would be helpful as well, that would be cool to see. So hopefully you have an amazing Saturday. Go reprogram yourself to be better. Give yourself a software upgrade. You deserve it. It's time. It's time to do better, be better, everything better. Next level you. Every time ChatGPT gets an upgrade, you get an upgrade. They update it every month. All right. Thanks for joining me. Reach out if you need anything, and I'll see you.